Hello, today we're going to learn how to create a drag and drop slide activity. Drag and drop slides are a great way for students to interact with the material in a creative way. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, let's open up Google Slides. If you go to the waffle, you can find your slides, and we're just going to open a blank presentation. When I start a slide, I like to start without any themes, and I also like to start without the text boxes that they already provide. This way I have a blank area to start with. First of all, let's go ahead and add a background. I just want to put in a gray background here for my slide. Now, today we're going to create an activity that involves classifying animals into the 6 major groups of animals. So we need to divide our slide into 6 sections. To do this, I'm going to start with drawing a line horizontally. And if you take your line and drag it, you will see that you can line it up with a red line, which is halfway down the slide. Now we want to create lines vertically to make it into 6 sections. So I'll kind of guess here first where the line is to go. And then, oops, I'm going to make it a little bit longer. And then we can fix the exact location after we create the lines. Let's make that vertical there. All right, and then we need another line created right here. All right, so this line we can just make a little bit longer. All right, so we have the lines. Let's format the lines so we have them in the exact location so all of the sections are equal. If you right click, go to Format Options, you can go to Position, and on Position, we can just change this to 3.33 so that we have equal sections. Then let's click on the other line here, and the position for this one is 6.66. And there we now have equal sections on our slide. I would like to change these lines a little bit. Let's make them a little bit darker or bigger so we can see where the sections are. So we'll change them to 2 point. All right. That looks good. So let's go ahead and add our text boxes of the 6 categories of animals. So if I go to text box and create the size of the box that I would like to have, and then we can add the first text. I'm going to put caps lock on, and let's add amphibian. And you can change the font, change it to that. We're going to make it a little bit bigger so the students can see. I would like to center that text in my box. And then I would like to add a border to the box. We'll just make this the same as our lines. And so we have our first box there. Now, the easiest way to do is just to highlight the whole thing, right click, you can copy it, and then you can go ahead and paste another one. That way we can have the exact same size and we don't have to recreate it. That red line tells us that we have them lined up with each other. And then if you double click on the word, we can change it to the next group of animals, which would be a bird. Then we can add another one. So we can go ahead and change all of these. And you can see we have it lined up again by the red line. And we can change all of these to what we need to change them in order to have the 6 groups of animals. So I'll just stop right there for just a second. Instead of creating all of them, you can do it 3 more times for the boxes down here. Now, this is the part of the activity where you want to make sure the students can't manipulate or change what you have just created. So in order to do this, let's give this a title first. So we'll say this is animal classification. Oops. And let's make sure we label this, that this is the template. The template is the one that you do not want the students to be able to change. So in order to make this so they can't change it, we are going to go to File, and we are going to download this. Let me move this out of the way here. We're going to download this as a PNG image. Okay, so now we have that PNG image that we can use as a background for our drag and drop activity. So I would close this out because we've created that. And then you go to a new slide presentation. And once again, I would get rid of the themes, get rid of the text boxes. And now what we can do is we can go to background. And this time we want to choose our image for the background. That way we can choose what we just created with animal classification. So let's actually go to my drive and oops, it's right here. So we can insert that into our new presentation. Now, before we go any further, let's make sure we also label this. So I usually like to label it the same title because it's the same assignment that we're going to assign. But then behind it this time, we can write student copy. That way, this is the one that we want to use when we are ready to assign this in either Google Classroom or wherever you are assigning your digital assignments. So now we have the categories. Let's create the images that we need in order for the students to drag them and classify them and practice this skill. So the way I would do this is go to Insert Image. You can go here on Insert and it will go to Image, or you can go here to Insert an Image and it will give you the same thing. This time I'm going to search from the web. As soon as you see that, we get Google Images off to the side. And let's say I want to search Google for an eagle clip art. So this one looks good. You click on it, click Insert, and then you can go ahead and resize your image and take your image and drag it off the slide so the students can see which animals they will be classifying. As soon as you're ready to add another, you can do the same thing. This time, let's go ahead and we'll try a bear this time. Okay, so we can insert our bear. We can resize and then just move it off to the side for the student activity. Now, you can do this with as many pictures as you want around the outside here. Whatever you want the students to be able to classify. And when you finish, it might look something like this one that I created before. So this one here, we can see there's our eagle, and what the students can do then as soon as they hover over and see their cursor, they can drag that to the correct spot on our page, and they can go ahead and put it where it needs to go. Then you can take the next ones and they can drag all of them to the correct location on your slide. Notice that I can't do anything to the background, the PNG image. That's the part we didn't want them to change. We only want them to be able to manipulate these animals that we've put off to the side. So this is one science example that you could use. I just wanted to show you just another quick example of drag and drop activities. Usually when I assign these, I do include a slide at the beginning that says, please do not use in present mode. If the students put it in present mode and the pictures are outside of the slide, they won't be able to see them. They also will not be able to manipulate them, so they need to leave it in this view. And here's another example for younger grades, odd and even numbers. You can give them whatever odd and even numbers you would like, and they can go ahead and they can drag them to the correct locations. Another example might be in a social studies class where you want to study maps. And so they can take it and they can drag the label or the name to the correct country. If the countries are too small, like this map, they could practice using a line and putting the image outside of the map area itself. And if you already have images of a worksheet or something else that's already pre-made, you can use that as a backdrop. And then you can go ahead and drag the correct box to where it needs to be. Notice on that one, I created a stack of greater than, equal than, to, and less than here, so that as soon as they pull one away, there's another ready for them to use on the next activity. So there's always something ready, one ready for them underneath in order to create or finish the whole worksheet. I hope you've enjoyed this intro to drag and drop slides. If you would like to know more about drag and drop slides, please contact me, Tina Bossenbrook at WGTE, for a full-length professional development on creating drag and drop slides. Thank you.